Well, it's time to get a bite on the Texas bucket list, and this week we are in Hearne at a Tex-Mex restaurant that happens to have a half-century of history. We're at Mary's El Alamo. At the crossroads of Texas, the roads are usually so busy that not a lot of folks take the time to explore Hearne. But for those from the Brazos Valley, downtown is their destination because they remember El Alamo.
Best Mexican food in Texas.
We travel 17 miles one direction daily.
A fantastic place to go out to eat, you bet. It's just like coming home to eat here at El Alamo. Just a simple little place.
Rosie Blankenship and her sister Carmen Vargas have been working at El Alamo since the 70s.
I think it's a landmark.
My family's been coming here for a long time.
I'm honored that we've made it 50 years.
While these two ladies have poured their hearts and souls into the salsa here, they're not even the owners. Oh no! Despite being 90 years old, their mom Mary still runs the place.
Mother's still the boss. She's always checking on us, making sure it's done right. Even though we've been here forever, she still checks on us.
Mary no longer slaves over the stove at El Alamo, but since 1972, it's been the place to go to for good grub in Hearne.
You still testing the food, making sure it's good when you come
Oh yeah. The people will call me and tell me if it's not any good.
She expects perfection and they have to meet her specifications.
I love her to death. She's a sweetheart.
We're blessed to have our mother at 90 still coming in here and telling us what to do. She has a lot of tenacity. This is true.
in? Are you mean, boss? You really order them around, or?
Well, no, you gotta kind of treat them sometimes with a little honey. My daddy always used to say you can catch flies with honey better than you can with vinegar.
That might be why Mary's whole family has worked at El Alamo.
El Alamo has always been the rock of the family.
How many kids, grandkids, great-grandkids total have you had work here?
Oh my goodness, I guess all of them. Ooh, can't count them there.
There's too many.
There's too many, they all work here.
It's 20 in all. 4 kids, 11 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren.
So that's how you've been able to stay in business in Hearne. You have your family working here.
It's not just the family that helps keep this place afloat. It's also the food. Known for their enchiladas, Mary has kept her enchilada sauce close to the vest. And don't even think about asking for the recipe because, well, she doesn't have one.
No recipes.
No recipes.
Till this day, no recipes. You remember a long time ago, I don't know, you're not too old. There was no recipes nowhere because people, the grandmas and everybody, they didn't go to school, they didn't know how to read or write.
So you showed them how to do it, and that was that.
She keeps them lined up. She makes sure they use the right ingredients.
I know it's nothing fancy, it's just simple and it's the same menu for 50 years.
You guys not gonna get on the birria taco train?
No.
No?
Considering the enchiladas have been the go-to since Nixon visited China, who am I to say no? Rosie gets a plate of beef fajita enchiladas whipped up for me with 1 cheese enchilada for good measure. Head cook Petra knows that this is going to require a big plate. Heck yeah, the plato grande. Plato grande para grande hombre.
Sí, grande hombre.
After getting the fajita meat up to temp, Petra puts the beef in some tortillas, throws some shredded cheese in another, and rolls them up to get dressed up.
And she'll cover them up with the enchilada sauce.
Okay, so this is your mom's secret recipe right
Yes, right there. That is the homemade enchilada sauce.
here. Your mom was telling us no recipe, so she just knows that by heart.
Right. The reason is because, they used to just put a pinch of this and a pinch of that, but now we've kind of had to measure
Okay.
for us. The only thing Mother stresses about that sauce is to make it fresh daily.
After several minutes in the oven, we're ready to make a stand at El Alamo.
All right, here we go. Coming out
You
of the
see
oven.
it's boiling? I mean, not boiling, but bubbling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, a little crispy on the edges there. Yeah. Well, one thing is for sure, this is a hefty plate of enchiladas. Now, this is technically 2 plates in one, but I'm told this is now going to be called the Texas Bucket List Special. So if you come here, that's what you want to ask for. That enchilada sauce smells absolutely amazing. Here's to 50 years of tradition.
It didn't take long to see why Mary's has stood the test of time.
That enchilada sauce is on point. It's thick, it's flavorful, and it complements that beef fajita perfectly.
I have my go-to fajita beef enchiladas. It's always good.
Well, we're about to go through the whole enchilada.
They make it wonderful.
The sauce here, not heavy with chile, more of a gravy-based enchilada sauce, but my gosh, that's good gravy.
Just the sauce that she makes, that's so much better.
Who doesn't love a good cheesy enchilada? And that is a good cheesy enchilada.
My dad, Ira L. Burns, was dragging me here when I was a kid, whenever they opened, and he always had the cheese enchiladas.
Well, if you happen to be heading through Hearn and looking for some tasty Tex-Mex, coming to Mary's El Alamo is a tasty stop on the Texas bucket list.
It's not fancy, but we strive on good service and great food.
It's just down home.
Yeah, it's like coming home for a meal.
For Mary, that's exactly what El Alamo is all about. Inviting Texans from all over the state into her home for 50 years for some simple enchiladas that have made lifelong memories for many.
She's worked very hard all her life to be here, and all the friends that we have treasured throughout all these 50 years and that have supported us through these times.
She's like an inspiration. If you're wanting to do it, you'll do it. If you're determined, you'll make it happen. Hard work pays off.
It's when you got good food and good people, that's what makes it happen.
Nothing to brag about, but sure's been some good years.